Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Rival Series play-ins, hopefully with a lot more cooks here pinch and a lot less crack-a-lacky-lackily. I'm the Eternal J. I'm joined by Digital Bacon.
Wow.
I just caused my producer to buckle live on stream. And we've got a second series for you. Awkward Turtles versus We Dem Girls, the favourites in this whole bracket versus Awkward Turtles. Bacon, talk me through this one.
Yeah, so We Dem Girls, we all know them. Exo, Greasy, and Breezy, incredible little trio who... I think if anyone didn't have them on their prediction sheets to make RORS, they're probably insane, but who knows? Something could happen crazy a day. But on the opposite side, Awkward Turtles, 2/3 of the Echo Zulu lineup from last season, Matane and Tars there, they've been joined this season by Cash, and this is a team which, of course, 2 parts RORS last season that didn't really live up to its potential last season. Everyone's expecting them to make it on through, or at least get this far. But right now, this is the hardest opponent they could go up against in a qualifying match, isn't it?
I mean, personally, I take a look at this, I'm just like, We Dem Girls have got this easy. I mean, you know, I genuinely think that under the guys...
It, but yes.
Look, that's just me, though, isn't it? You know, like, here's the thing, like, We Dem Girls, they've got Exo and Breezy, who for the past 2 play-ins, I think, have been robbed by just having not quite the amount of experience that I think that's really needed to have, like, you know, a good shout at a Rival Series spot. But now they've got a big veteran in Greasy Meister with them, and obviously we know who Greasy Meister is. He's played countless of times at the top level. He's always been a top level pro, and to me it just feels like he's the kind of guy that can bring the experience needed to bring young guns like Exo and Breezy up to do what they can do. You know, Exo is a LAN winner, even on a very small scale. He's still been able to show that he's got what it takes, I think, to make it into a Rival Series spot. Breezy, last time we saw him was on the XL side, and that team had so much potential after they replaced Marquis Dudar. So it's like, you see the talent potential in these 2 players, and it's like all it is that guiding hand. And then they basically got themselves a little bit of magic. And I think this is the team that has that magic. They came in as the top seed, I think rightfully so. And I think that this is their chance to shine.
Yeah. And let's play devil's advocates, because of course the bookie's favourite is always going to be We Dem Girls here. But looking at Awkward Turtles, Jay, the last 2 teams they've just gone up against and won 3-1 both times. Little Giants and Team WLF. Little Giants, a Spanish Bim Bam side, so very quick pacing, which you can see a lot of similarities to We Dem Girls with the straight up pace that Exo and Breezy have, but then also Team WLF. So right now, Awkward Turtles probably has a game plan. This is like the type of team they've been focusing on playing against and improving against throughout today. And right now, as long as they can, I'm going to say, hinder either Breezy, that's what you get for you. Exo and Breezy together, it's the perfect ship. But yeah,
Breezy Meister, that's the ultimate ship.
Breezy Meister, oh, the trifecta. But yeah, if you can get one of the 2 down, Greasy, for me, is always the man that's a little bit odd in this lineup, because he's always a little bit slower. If he can control himself today and make sure that he sticks back to that 3rd man role, because in the past when we've seen him, he's been trying to get up in the front with these new kids, and he is just way too slow and is always really left out and breaking that formation. But if he sticks to the formation, stick back, he is a solid core. So you look at that right now, and Awkward Turtles, they've just got to dismantle one of the 2 aggressors, which will lead a gap and really slow down the availability of pace that We Dem Girls have. And I think Awkward Turtles are a smart bunch, aren't they? They would have come in with that game plan.
I agree, but I think that just the sheer firepower that they have on that We Dem Girls side is just going to be so well complemented, you know. And if Greasy Meister can step up to the plate and find sort of like the fill in the gaps, so that way when they do dismantle an Exo or a Breezy, then he can just step in and sort of like, you know, fill that role if his rotations positioning are on point. Now, obviously, whether that will actually be the case is something yet to be seen. But the overwhelming sort of opinion is that they will be the victors. You know, taking a look at the current voting percentage, 76% of our Twitch chat audience are on board with We Dem Girls here, and I feel like you might be as well, even though you play that devil's advocate, even though you believe that there is some sort of life in this opposing side. I think you're all aboard the WDG hype train.
Oh yeah, I think the only way that WDG really is going to lose is if they show those old signs of overcommitting like they do, and again, that for me comes down to Greasy trying to push up when Exo and Breezy just want to score goals, and that's all they really care about. They'll ball chase for days and get that, whereas Greasy can feel a little bit left out, and so he wants to get into the mix, but then all 3 of them are up in their opponent's half, quick clear and run downfield. If they've sorted out that problem, which seems pretty simple to me to fix, then they're just going to stomp this. It's going to be another 3-0.
Yeah, well, let's have a look, see if it will be a 3-0, or whether the Awkward Turtles can do enough to at least pull a game back. I think that'll probably be a successful series, in my opinion, for them. Whether that will carry the momentum into the lower bracket will yet to be seen. But for now, We Dem Girlz, I think everyone's in agreement that this should be a pretty simple series for them. It's about time. I think they proved it here, Bacon. So they are over on the orange side of the field. Awkward Turtles out in blue. Best of 5 rules as before. And let's just jump straight into it. Here we go. Game 1 with the kickoff between Mitayan and Breezy. Ixo trying to find position out here. He bumps one out, and Greasy Meister's going to utilize that small bit of breathing room to put it to the backboard. No follow-up shots and recoveries from We Dem Girlz as Breezy flicks it over close to the net, but no cigar. Mitayan and Taz able to wrap back around. Ixo takes it up. Greasy Meister also pushing forward as Ixo takes it close to point blank, but does not go so far as in front of the net. Breezy just contesting it from that corner. As We Dem Girlz, a couple of bumps in that midfield once again. Ixo will still try find an angle down to the center line. Mitayan tees that one up and over, and Greasy Meister puts it back inside the box. So majority of pressure coming out from We Dem Girlz, and a couple of open opportunities. A little bit risky from Mitayan, but his backup is there, and they hold the defense.
Yeah, and this has been really interesting so far. Ixo not going to be able to finish that one off. Because you notice how they're just sending one man down and get towards that backboard from We Dem Girlz. They're playing this quite slow for their rate, but that wasn't slow. Mitayan in amongst his rivals here, being able to do millions. Look at that, up and over Breezy. Greasy has got no hope in hell. And Mitayan running for an opening goal. Oh, the gauntlet has been thrown down.
Yeah, managing to change the pace just as they slowed it to a complete stop on the Awkward Turtles side, and that could be the catch-off you were talking about in the pre-game. As We Dem Girlz try and fight back with just sheer aggression. A couple of big flicks coming out from the Awkward Turtles, though. Taz is up to try and dunk down. That's close to the crossbar, a bit high of it. And Greasy will keep the defense in check. Breezy eventually goes over to the box. Ixo trying to receive it. Taz has got to swing out and in. Breezy trying to look for an opportunity, but it will not happen for him. Mitayan chasing that ball away, pinching it up. Off the sideboard, Taz goes back to the backboard. Ixo and Greasy, both players up as Taz takes us over to the other side corner. Cash also can't find an angle to work with, so demos in on Mitayan. Breezy going to be allowed to flick back on target, and the last player, Lack, is a too far forward man.
This is why we rate this duo so much. Look at Ixo just there going, he knows he's just got to get rid of Taz, and Breezy has got an easy open route. The communication these two have is stellar. I have to say though, Jay, we have seen signs of Greasy getting caught up in the mix. You're seeing a lot of double commitment in placement, where we've even seen a couple of bumps between Greasy and I've definitely seen Breezy there, where they're not so concrete, and that was left way too open. Cash, if he just got a better touch point off the side, could have scored a goal, but for me that's worrying for We Dem Girlz.
A lot of room being given away to the We Dem Girlz, oh sorry, to the Awkward Turtles side by We Dem Girlz, I should say. We'll see how far they're allowed to progress as a result of this. Breezy going to wrap back over 100 points a boost, contesting against Cash. Taz goes up and over, to players to double commit on the defense, but all in all they win out all of the control for We Dem Girlz. Ixo going to go in with a dribble play, and Mitayan can try and block it off. Greasy 4 points of boost. Mitayan moving forward again, flick up to the midfield, but blocked and contested by We Dem Girlz as much as they humanly can. Cash with a good shot, beating out Greasy, but a little bit wide off the backboard. Mitayan with a much slower ball, but Breezy has enough room to breathe there on the defense. He gets it out of the way and keeps things at evens at halftime.
Big note as well. This is a massive step up for Cash. We've seen him run around in the community scene. We've seen him at the lower end of the bubble, but I think for a lot of people it's a surprise for this Echo Zulu, now Awkward Turtles lineup, to pick him up when we saw, you know, the Echo Zulu, when they were still under that name, trying out players like Stake, but they preferred playing with Cash. They thought that was the correct direction to go, and they're putting a lot of hopes in this player. And you have seen in those weeklies he can pop off, but nerves, I reckon that is going to be his biggest halt here today, Jay.
Well, Ixo bumped out of the way. Mitayan to the backboard. Breezy 100 points of boost, carries us all the way to the blue half. Good challenge as well. No one up front to receive it though, so no opportunities there for the ball in. Breezy on the defense, back over in the orange half again. These shots not going to connect from Taz. Breezy up against part of Mitayan. Greasy Meister also coming forward with a challenge. Not a lot of boost available for WDG at the moment. They continue pressing forward though, trying to outpace the boys in blue. So far, they're returning it over to the midfield. The last 30 seconds or so, it has just been a dominant midfield control from the Girlz side. As a shot comes in from Breezy, it's blocked off by Cash, though. So easing off on the gas pedal a little bit here. They need to get those striking elements in place. And Breezy may have found the opportunity for Greasy Meister. No, Taz and Mateo save a piece, and they keep the back line held for the last minute.
Oh yeah, Taz always known for his strength on the goal line. That's a nice boot downfield. That'll push Breezy all the way back. Boost steal as well from Matane is odd there, I'm going to say, because no one was ready to line up and stop Breezy's run downfield. So right now is both two teams trying to find just spacing and opportunities. It's a little bit awkward, a little bit nervous as well.
Taz here for the dunk down, going to try and put the distance between his team and Girlz, but blocked off by the defensive once again. Mateo with a second chance. Two players committing to that. Ixo's got enough room to breathe, but he's demoed out. Now Cash with an opportunity to the backboard and way off to the side. Not on target for his shot, and only 10 seconds remain. So looking like potential another overtime here, Bacon. And quite a little bit of a tussle for the past 3 minutes or so. Taz puts up Cash, maybe. Oh my god, he's going to slip it in last second. All right, maybe not an overtime, but 3 seconds to go for the kickoff goal.
Right in now, Jay. What is going through my head is, one, that is absolutely nuts, and two, that has to be the confidence booster to bring Cash, who's been okay so far this series, in this game even.
Hold on.
No! What a response! Crazy! When you think use the heel, the one thing really holding this team back, you remember why he is a world champion.
There's that overtime, Bacon. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And game one is going here between Awkward Turtles and Girlz. Oh, business just picked up.
It took 5 minutes, but now it is well and truly going.
Breezy in from the corner, controlling flick back to the backboard, beating out two of the defenders. Cash is still there though. Breezy sets it up to the box, a light touch, and no one can come in and follow suit. Breezy with a flick. Oh, he's being he's got the double touch. Boy. And just as quickly as they get to OT, 31 seconds in, and they've got a third. They've scored the first game of the series.
It was not a pretty first, 4 or 5 minutes, Jay, but come down to crunch time. 3 seconds remaining on that clock, and boy, oh boy, did it get good. Now, what does the rest of the series have in store for us? Because we don't actually have a massive amount to go off, do we, from that first game, because it just completely flipped in those final moments. I'm loving those final moments, but speechless is all I can put it at.
I think that's a fair assessment, to be fair, Bacon. Like, very few times you get to see a goal last second to basically secure the game, and then an instant 2-goal response from the other team. Like, it looked very awkward from Girlz, though. You know, Awkward Turtles were keeping pace for the majority of the match. It was only that last couple of those last couple of moments where they finally were able to look like they had a confident lineup there, with the offensive elements and Greasy Meister really stepping up for that side.
Yeah, and I think that really is the problem for this team, was Greasy was not stepping up. Like I said, felt awkward, not really in the mix, not in the rotation, bumping his teammates. I counted it 3 times in that first game. And then right there at the end, he got that awesome stellar goal where he just straight off the kickoff. And then in that overtime, just held back, allowed Breezy and Ixo to do that thing. And it feels so strange and almost like I'm putting the lad down for saying, just stay back in defense. We don't need you up in attack. But that's because it allows his 2 teammates to be 2 aggressors, and he can just overwatch them, give them direction. We know how comms get so muddled in Rocket League, so having that one-man back, able to see the entire pitch and tell them that players are coming on in, or what to do, where to go, I think that is the direction this team needs.
His placement of the setup for a lot of the offensive shots, though, still looks pretty good. I wouldn't say keep him entirely in the defensive. You saw how he pinched that ball off the floor, and if there was a second player inside that box, that possibly could have been a goal right there for Girlz. But The opening 45 seconds, it won't be a goal for anyone. Cash will try to set up an opportunity to the backboard, and Ixo will take it away. Matean passes over to Cash. Good block off there from Breezy, goes off the ceiling. Greasy Meister is also part of the three-man team held out inside that corner. Pressure coming in from the blue half on the orange box, but Greasy finds a clear. Taz finds an intercept. Back to Matean's control. In the other side of the field, Cash will lurk out to the corner play. Taz a bit too far away from him, still looking in the centre line, just will not be able to find the shot in. A bit of an open net though, Greasy Meister with a chance, he fakes it, leaves it for Ixo, and that's positioned perfectly first on the board for We Dem Girlz.
We got to take a close little inspection at this. Greasy with that, I don't know if it's a fake or just because he had no boost there, whether he just predicted it also wrong or wanted to go in for the block, but definitely defenders weren't reading that correct. Lets it linger. And that is a fairly easy opening goal for Ixo. He's used to having to really work for his goals. So just to put the ball off slightly to the left, not directly down the center, that is easy pickings for this lad.
Only an opener though, not a follow-up. Ixo though, really starting to get into the groove. Nice tee off against one player. Greasy Meister, setting to Ixo, he puts it off the crossbar. Awkward angling there a little bit too high, so not to be from this one. They still maintain the majority of the ball control, though, just allowing Matean his confidence inside the orange corner. And actually, Ixo's touch beats out Taz. He's got no boost, but he's still contesting here. Greasy Meister sets up, taking this one high off the backboard. Going to have to leave it for a teammate, but Taz will be in position to take it away. Back over to the midfield control. Ixo's going to back off the boost. Going to have to leave it for Greasy Meister to come forward again, looking for his dribble play. Cash should deny, and indeed he does. Ixo lurking into the side, though, tees it up and over. Not enough presence though, they're running out of boost here on the We Dem Girlz side. They can't apply as much pressure as they want to.
They might not be able to, but you look at the awkward tells, Jay, and they've got nothing at this moment. Cash getting this downfield is a saving grace, and Ixo just pushing that to the corner. No one is there. It's a lot of sloppiness coming out from both sides where, one, the We Dem Girlz side couldn't finish it off, and now you're starting to see that come out from awkward toes. But second, their defense, they're not passing out with these lighter touches to the correct corner. Instead, they're going to near enough open space where the teammates are not, so the attackers are able to easily push onto it quicker. And these follow-ups, not snappy. You look, two players in the corner there. Ixo just happened to bail out. They're not communicating correctly and moving into the correct positions.
Ixo passing over to Breezy as he tries to work off the back pass he found a moment ago. And now the pressure is starting to ramp up for We Dem Girlz. Falling back for boost, Ixo picks up 100 in the midfield. Misses that touch on the ball though, so Cash and Matean can find a dribble play back over to the orange half. And now Breezy flick back, control with the dribble, but not going so far as the box with it. Taz there with the defense. Ixo still swings out. Greasy Meister there to support. Bouncing it off the sideboard, looking for his own control. Cash, however, denies. Breezy up and over. All three players committing far forward. Breezy still looking for his redirect, and it just won't be strong enough here. We Dem Girlz playing fast and loose and not accurate enough. Still a goal in the lead for this one, but with a minute to go, anything can still change, especially as Awkward Turtles are finding a little bit more ground, just slowly but surely pushing up, finding the much more confident sort of offensive players in that orange half. But the time is still going to be against them. 60 seconds, pressure is on for the blue side.
Oh, Matean shot on there, and it is golden. An equalizer coming out there. And it's one thing I was going to point out. We Dem Girlz were always just directly putting shots on. They weren't passing up. They weren't teeing up. Tars there beats out the defender who's going for the block on the ball because he's got a cover net. So Tars putting it off that backboard, perfectly lines Matean, and that is beautiful.
Oh, the challenge as well from Matean goes on target, but Ixo able to deny it as Greasy goes backboard play here for the We Dem Girlz squad. Wrapping back around, Breezy will contest from the sideboard. The ball will bounce, but Cash still on with a flick. Ixo also baited out. No second player to the right-hand side, though. They'll try and recover it with Matean in the corner. 100 boost picked up, puts it out to the left-hand side of the box, so Greasy has got to take control. Cash up, dunks it down into Taz. Good contest from Breezy. He keeps it away. 20 seconds to go. Matean still attacking. Greasy has to block that one off. 100 points picked up from the corner, leaving it to Breezy now as he puts it down to the center. Greasy Meister up to receive. 10 seconds off the ceiling, puts it close to the box. It was on target, but Matean there denies. He's got no more support. Back to the midfield, controlled his ball played close to the ground. Taz wants to keep it there, and we'll be in overtime once again for the series.
That was so close. That little miss there did ruin an opportunity for a goal for Awkward Turtles, but clever by Tars. Just keep it slow on the ground, run out that time, just go to OT.
Immediately, Ixo, what a big mistake from the blue side. Awkward Turtles giving up the ghost, and Ixo just allowed the easiest of goals. Oh dear, that's not a mistake you can afford to make this late into the series.
No, and my problem right now is that I am getting deja vu of Echo Zulu, Jay. You know, that last little choke at the end, which we always saw last season, not being able to close out series. We hope for the reverse sweep, like we do for any team, don't we? We've got no particular bias towards anyone. But right now, we them girls are getting away with murder. They're making so many little mistakes in defense, not following up correctly, not setting up like proper team plays for goals, and Awkward Turtles are just not able to stop it on out for little whiffs.
And eventually that pressure did get to them there. We them girls were playing fast and loose, but it was a style that ended up working out for them. They forced mistakes out from the Awkward Turtle side and got a vast majority of the shots in that series. 9 shots in total for the We Them Girls side versus 5 from the Awkward Turtle side. So the stats and the just, you know, intangible sort of like subjective gameplay seems to be working well to the We Them Girls side, and that's kind of what we expected. You know, the experience of this side, the talent that they have on the 2 strikers, like it all coming up to good here. I just don't think we were expecting Greasy to be as mechanically sort of, you know, competent as his teammates, you know.
Yeah, well, he's got mechanics, he just doesn't have speed. That's the problem. He just doesn't seem to have that same level of pace that both Breezy and Ixo can pull out, and that's hence why they're so incredible up in the air, you know? And that's why I say stick to the defense, because naturally you're going to be able to just solo defend everything and hold on to that ball whilst the teammates come on back. But Jay, looking at Twitch chat right now, it is quite an interesting debacle with the copy passes going on, but you look straight at the stats below us. The We Them Girls, 78% lead right now. Yeah, I'm surprised it's not even higher for them.
I mean, to be honest, it doesn't surprise me whatsoever. The vast majority of people are, of you know, the audience, us included, you know, they've expected We Them Girls to win. So far, they are winning pretty nicely. I just don't think it's as confident as a lot of people would have expected here. I know that we said easy for Breezy and co, but, you know, like, this is still being contested by the Turtle side. You know, it was only a 1-goal deficit throughout most of that last game here. So they only had, realistically, 1 good offensive play up until the very, very end in the overtime. So I'm looking at a bit more of a close series still yet to come here, Bacon. Obviously, we still have 1 more game at the very least. If We Them Girls are winning it, then they will be into the rival series. If not, then the Turtles will have to contest in the reverse sweep scenario. And I just want to go on to that reverse sweep and that potential. Do we see it happening for the Turtles?
I'm going to say no. Out of the roughly, I want to say 8 to 10 series that I have seen We Them Girls so far, this has got to be the 2nd worst showing in a series I've seen from them, where they're just not actually putting out any skillful team plays. It's all just been solo plays to get to net, hasn't it? And it's been a lot of sloppiness in defense from the Turtles. So right now, We Them Girls can only get better, and that is scary for the Turtles.
Oh, Breezy to start things off in the offensive and try and look for that first shot. It won't happen for him, though. Over towards that corner, Breezy will take it up alongside Ixo, trying to find the pass to receive. It's going to be back and forth between Taz and Mitayan. Cash looks in to try and lock. We Them Girls have control. Ixo, great dribbles up towards the midfield, but not going much further than that. Once again, Awkward Turtles in the early part of this game having the majority of the control and the pressure. No shots coming out from them as of right now. Same could also be said for We Them Girls, but they have made it further up the blue half than the Awkward Turtles have. Now the bump in fake from Ixo, denied by Taz. Good reactive response there, because that could have gotten dangerous. You can see the potential for a bump play to open up the back line, and it did not work out for We Them Girls this time.
Yeah, but you look at Awkward Turtles, they're not holding on to the ball. They had the prime opportunity to get that ball away, but every single chance. Finally, a half-decent follow-up from Cash, but it was countered from Girlz. Tars just knocking that to the ground. Ixo not particularly well set up for it. And this is just an oddity for me right now.
Ooh.
Nearly connecting there, Greasy. Solid in defense.
Real fast ball from Cash. Felt like it might have been on. Now Greasy passes to Ixo. No one to the backboard. Cash just gets there in time. And that's a quick double tap. We could have worked out for the Girlz side, but still at 0-0 in the first minute and a half. Breezy still getting close, setting up the likes of Ixo. Mitayan trying to deny. He just pushes that ball high. Breezy coming forward, however, puts one very slow and off to the left-hand side of the net. It will still be blocked. Mitayan lurking there on top of the crossbar. And Cash and Taz looking for their way out. Greasy Meister still harassing the backline. Breezy comes in with a shot, and Cash is way too far out. Possibly out of boost as well for that one, and it seems like he was.
Great little pop-up there from Greasy. No one in defense expecting such a rapid half rotate, thinking that Breezy is going to be playing it secure, going the whole way back to net, but he's got the boost, he's got the pace, he beats out his opponents and gets the goal. Fantastic work there. Nearly hitting the 2-minute mark, Jay. 1-0.
And again, Girlz getting hyper-aggressive inside that blue half. Cash finds his way out. Greasy will take this over to the corner. Taz going to try and work within it to the backboard. He will try and move. Breezy up and over against Mitayan. Beats him out. Continues to go forward. Taz bumps him out the way. Ixo's lurking in and will try press up with him, but he'll only go so far. Mitayan with that demo. And Cash passing back to Taz, back over to Cash once again. No boost available for him, so he's going to leave it off to a teammate. Ixo swinging in before one can get there. Once again, bouncing out. Cash over to Taz with the passing plays. Blocked off by one. Cash continuing to press forward. No boost, though. He just can't get a confident shot coming out of this one. And although they had a pretty decent sequence for the last 30-45 seconds or so, it's returned so easily by the Girlz side.
Yeah, but you look at that sequence, Jay. They slowed down the ball a little bit instead of just trying to boot it straight the way down there. They were keeping it to themselves, passing. Unfortunate little whiff there, but Mitayan does get the bump to keep it away. Good little block. But this is the problem right now. Mitayan a little bit too slow to come on in. They've got to try and keep things a little bit closer, because you look at Girlz, they play with a lot of space between them.
Lovely.
Because they love these.
They expected this to be off the backboard. They expected wrong. Ixo, one tiny little touch, puts enough momentum and enough of a twist on the ball to get us 2-0 up for Girlz here. You can see the returns, and immediately Ixo wants to get on the offensive, passing in towards Breezy's position. Cash is able to intercept it. But what a play from the Girlz.
Was indeed. And the fact for me, they had 3 players up in attack Awkward Turtles, and this is why I'm pointing this out. Girlz had 2 players in defense. Ixo was doing God knows what down in their opponent's corner and still can receive the ball and get such confident shot. Turtles have to counter that. Bring in a demo. Put it down to a 1-on-3 scenario. Really, it should be 1-on-2 because you need to have one man back on the midfield line just in defense. But they're just not linking up correctly to be able to punish Girlz right now.
Big commitment, expecting there to be no one from the orange side, straight up and out inside that blue half, not to be. The pressure continues at 2-0 on the board. The Awkward Turtles need something, anything whatsoever to get themselves back in this game, because they are up to fall out of the upper bracket. Taz there with a decent shot. Mitayan close to the post. Ixo can take it away. Cash putting it out towards Taz, but Taz is a little bit too far back, can only bounce it back off the backboard and push it away from Breezy, and the line is starting to crumble for the Awkward Turtles. Taz desperately looking off the backboard with a boost, pitches it off Mitayan. That ball is close, but Breezy Meister is a little bit closer. The defensive is able to hold as the time continues to tick away. Greasy, no boost, still successfully challenging. Ixo there to follow suit from the backboard. Taz going to wrap back over, but 10 seconds on the countdown. Mitayan will carry this one forward, blocked off by Greasy once again. Taz with one final effort, passing up to Cash, but Breezy finds it away, and Ixo finds it into the blue half. The ball's on the floor. Girlz 3-0 in the series, and the top seed will make their way into the rival series.
Panda's starting to emerge here today with 3-0s, Jay. It's a little bit worrying because we can finish up with lot earlier than we expected, couldn't we? Looking at this right now. But I look towards the next series, and I don't think that is going to be a 3-0 from looking at these guys' records. RGM versus Servette Geneva next on stream. Jay, quick thoughts before we go to a break on that one?
Oh, I think I've got a lot of thoughts that we have to say for after the break, Bacon. I think you already know what I'm on about, but we actually will go to a break. I'm excited for that series, and hopefully you are too. Do not go anywhere. The rival series plans will continue after this break on Rival Esports.